in Carlisle, the capital of Cumbria, to cover Cumbrian Pride 2021 and see what it means to the local people to be able to celebrate Pride again.
To me, Pride is a really safe place to express myself, both my identity and how I look in a safe place without fear, and both to have fun and enjoy what it means to be queer for me and everyone else.
Pride means like a second family. It's somewhere where you can be yourself. You can just generally meet people like you and don't really feel like you're one person in a big fat sea of normal fish.
It's kind of just a place where I can feel free and away from all the, horrible people who don't really accept the LGBT community. It's just sort of like a place where I can just be myself.
That's what some of the young people had to say about what the return of Pride means to them. The LGBT+ community was disproportionately affected by the pandemic this year, according to the LGBT Foundation. So I spoke with Andrea Sales, the organisational manager for Always Another Way, who provides support services to young LGBT+ Cumbrians through their colour-coded project. She told me how they managed to support their service users with the issues they face as LGBT+ people during the pandemic.
We stopped taking new referrals for several months. And then when we started to take referrals again, which was kind of more like last autumn, we found that we were getting referrals where young people had kind of hit the stage of being in more of a crisis. We were getting referrals mostly for young people questioning the gender.
As the name of Andrea's group suggests, they found another way to support the young people who were waiting for help.
What we did is we offered them the opportunity to come to our youth group, like really early on, and they did participate in that. And then once they started to go back to school, we got some young people, particularly involved in sports clubs, that type of stuff, and they seemed to settle down an awful lot more as well.
I asked Andrea if the overall well-being had improved for the young LGBT+ people that access services at Always Another Way.
In terms of access to CAMS, that type of thing, there's still waiting lists with that, so there's still that frustration there around that more in-depth mental health support. Young people are still waiting. There's only so much that we can do with that. We've got one or two young people that are in the process of transitioning, and they've been waiting such a long time, and that continues to be a problem that's not going away. But because we've been able to do things like provide practical support in home around helping them live more independently, that type of thing, there's definitely improvements.
Organisations like Always Another Way are critical to fighting the issues that disproportionately affect the LGBT+ community, such as social isolation, domestic abuse and mental health. Without them, many young LGBT+ Cumbrians may have had nowhere to turn.
So, what does Cumbrian Pride mean to you this year?
It means a lot more than in the past. This year, obviously, Cumbria Pride's been able to go ahead where a lot of other prides have had to be cancelled. So we are really pleased that we are able to hold a nice, safe, within the guidelines, LGBTQIA event.
Pride has always been a celebration of community. It's great to see that Carlisle Pride has managed to go ahead despite many prides across the world not being able to. It's incredibly great to see all of the inclusion and diversity that Carlisle Pride has on offer, and I can't wait for next year.